Hey everyone, this is your Kingerd speaking, and I'm breaking from my usual format a little bit here because I thought it was important to get this video out while the gaming industry news all-seeing eye of Sauron was still pointing in the direction of Baldur's Gate 3. Now I'll go ahead and tell you, if you're looking for a review of Baldur's Gate 3, this video ain't it, chief. Instead I want to talk about why Baldur's Gate 3 is so important to the gaming industry and to every gamer, even if you're not really into RPGs. In the deserted hellscape that is modern gaming, Baldur's Gate 3 released with its developer coming right out of the gates saying, "We believe in providing a complete and immersive gaming experience without the need for additional purchases. No paid skins, no paid power-ups, and no paid content." Now, you might say, well, why this game, Kingerd? There's plenty of games out there that release with the same principles. And you'd be right, those games deserve credit too. There's plenty of indie devs and smaller companies that put out games with similar principles, but those aren't the games that AAA companies are paying attention to right now. It's Baldur's Gate 3. But why does it matter that Baldur's Gate 3 is implementing these standards? Well, it's because they're blowing the lid off of the casket that is dead game standards by saying the quiet part out loud. Pre-order bonuses are a scam. I hate to be the one to tell you that, but anyone who's seen my channel knows my thoughts on this. But I will say, if someone's gonna do a pre-order incentive, Larian did it right. Gameplay impacting microtransactions are just a kick in the nuts to players everywhere, to anyone who's ever bought the game or even played the game, in my opinion. Oh, what's the matter? Don't want to give us more money? You can lose to the guy who will give us more money. And contrary to popular belief, I truly don't think that cosmetic microtransactions are a necessary evil like a lot of people think they are. It's just a lazy way for developers or publishers, or both, to make some extra money on a game. Have you ever wondered why story DLC has all but just disappeared? Because why would they take the time to code and script a new experience that gives you actual content when they could release cat ears and get 20 bucks, the same price that they would for that story DLC? And you know what? A developer of a successful game actually agreeing with this sentiment absolutely shakes these guys to their core. They are absolutely flabbergasted, bamboozled by the idea that one of them is spilling the beans on this. I mean, people from other studios on Twitter were publicly and blatantly trying to shift the narrative from, hey, this is a really good game, other games should be like this one, to, no, this game is just an anomaly, you guys should really get your standards down. I mean, it's literally the meme from Simpsons of that guy saying,
"Am I so out of touch?" No. It's the children who are wrong.
Shoot, IGN had an awesome take on this, about how modern gaming needs to reevaluate itself. And basically, if they don't like the success of Baldur's Gate 3, they just need to get good. And if one game can unite the Fire Nation that is IGN, and then all of the colonies of players out there on the internet, that's a game worth checking out. But here's the problem with just talking about it. These AAA studios don't get it. It doesn't compute. It doesn't make sense. They're not understanding what we're saying. If you want to know what language they speak, don't bother breaking out your Rosetta Stone. I'll save you the trouble. They don't speak English. They don't speak Spanish. They don't speak Japanese. There's only one language that they speak, and that is money! I mean, why else do you think Overwatch 2 is still striving to beat its own daily record of being a disappointing, money-hungry beast, despite all of the negativity online? Because they're still making money. AAA studios, they follow the money. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's why every game and their mother started coming out with battle passes, battle royales, because they looked at the likes of Fortnite and PUBG and said, hey, that looks good. I want that too. So here's where we get to my probably controversial proposal. Businesses evaluate how well they do each quarter. It's just what they do. They use it to look at their financial earnings and make goals for the future. Can you imagine the absolute panic, hysteria, chaos that would happen in the offices of these AAA studios if for one quarter, so 3 months, they didn't make a penny off of these lazy, weak, cosmetic microtransactions, or more realistically, they just performed well under expectations. If people just said, no more, we're not doing this. I'll pay you for a game, just not till after you give me a complete game that's not just 5% content and 95% bugs. And once I do, I'm not paying another $20 for fairy wings on my character. Well, as we've seen in the past, they would look at the industry and go, we're not making enough money. Who is making money? What are they doing? How can we replicate what they're doing?
Lion tastes good. Let's go get some more lion.
And what I propose is what they see is this complete package, no microtransaction, player-friendly game called Baldur's Gate 3 absolutely clapping them on the earnings scoreboard. If they saw that, what do you think they would at least consider doing? Well, at the bare minimum, I would think they'd at least consider making a game people actually like. So my proposal is this. Even if you don't like RPGs, even if Baldur's Gate 3 doesn't necessarily look like the game for you, what if we all still bought it anyway?
Stop it.
Now, $60 is a lot of money, so if you are the type of person who buys 1, maybe 2 games a year, you're already pretty selective with what you buy. By all means, buy what makes you happy and don't let anybody tell you different. But if you're the kind of person who buys maybe a few games every now and then, a microtransaction here and there, maybe you like to support your favorite content creator, well, boy, do I have a content creator for you to support who has the opportunity to directly make the entire video game industry all for the better.
I know you want to make the perfect game. This is not the way. This is the way.
And for a generous donation of $60, you can support them, and guess what? You get a game in return. The highest rated game of 2023 so far on Metacritic. I know it might be a weird proposition to buy a game that you may never even play, but I just want everyone to remember. When you boot up the next Call of Duty that comes out, whether it's at your PC or on your couch, wherever it is you play, and you see a $70 game, a $10 Battle Pass, a $25 Battle Pass on top of the Battle Pass with that insultingly stupid and greedy black sale thing they've got going on, and then 50 other transactions, microtransactions, that are all $20 a piece and let you change the color of your character's unibrow, I just want you to remember, that doesn't have to be the standard. The standard is what we as gamers allow it to be. And every time you turn on a game and you think to yourself, this doesn't look like the menu of a game, this looks like the ad page out of a magazine, it's because that developer, publisher, or both think so little of you, they believe you won't mind being juiced of every penny that you've got, like the juicer from That's So Raven himself has gotten a hold of your wallet and is squeezing it for everything it's got. They think you're going to turn around and go, "Thank you, sir, may I have another?" All in all, I think Baldur's Gate 3 is the opportunity that the gaming industry has needed for a long time. It's not the hero we deserve, because frankly we've put up with this greedy monetization for far too long. But it's the hero we need. And I'd hate to see the opportunity to reward a development team that is clearly putting players first put to waste. Especially when these greedy, money-hungry companies are actually looking at them. We know for a fact they're looking at them, and they're upset. They're upset at how good the game is and how much people like it, and how it's not just a cash grab. And I'd like to see this opportunity put to good use before these AAA studios, their attention spans turn back to figuring out which e-celebrity they're going to make a cosmetic bundle with next instead of actually making a player-friendly game.
Now, Mama didn't raise no fool. I know one game is not going to change the entire industry overnight, but it's a start. And when the next one comes out, whichever one that might be, whether it's Starfield, Spider-Man 2, both, or some other game, let's be there to reward them when they release a product that has players in mind and passion behind it.
If you want to hit me with the, "It's my money, I'll spend it on overpriced skins if I want to," that's fine, you do you. Just don't be shocked when you continue to get diddled by the likes of EA, Activision, 343, Bethesda, and any other developer or publisher out there that continues to prioritize their profit over your experience. Anyway, thanks for watching. Kingerd out.